more than enough. Well, the question was, because of T20 cricket, do I think Test cricket is in trouble? I must confess, I think 50 over cricket is in trouble. Because in Test cricket, you see the skill of the players, you see the freedom that they play with, no longer fear of failure. So when I was playing cricket way back, last decade, last century, players would get to 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, maybe, nervous 90. Now, Guru started, 94. Sixer, 94 to 100 in one shot. So T20 cricket has improved the skill of the players, batsmen and bowlers, and especially the fielders. And I think we've seen some fantastic tests being played because the players now are very confident in the skills that they have. So I don't think Test cricket is in trouble. I think in reality 50 over cricket is in more trouble. The best fielder amongst the Indian cricket players has been an interesting journey for me because I've played against some players who didn't know anything about fielding, and guys like Mohammed Kaif started in India. Yuvraj Singh was one of the better fielders around. RAINA. You might have heard of him. So RAINA for me is the best fielder in India because he will go for the ball regardless of whether he can or cannot stop it. He doesn't think, maybe I can stop it. He goes, and then he knows afterwards. So Suresh Raina for me is someone who reminds me of a younger Jonty, much younger Jonty. When I come to Chennai, Mr. Santosh, I must confess what comes to my mind first is about sweating, because it is very hard to do it in Chennai. But I do spend lots of time in Mumbai, across the other side of India, so I've become accustomed to it. But I enjoy being outdoors in India as much as possible. And there's a place, Velammal, which is just down the road, where I like to go surfing, which is a sport that takes place in the ocean. The reason why I like it is that it's very healthy. So for an old man like myself, I like to stay fit. And it's difficult to go running every day, so in the ocean I do my exercise. So thank you.
How many times have you visited Chennai?
I have visited Chennai too many times to count, but every time I love it. So it's a pleasant journey to keep coming back to. So there's always a debate about Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, who will have the records at the end. And generally what we always say is that records are made to be broken. So if you're aspiring, it's always great to be somebody to set the benchmark. Sachin Tendulkar has done that. I think the difference between Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli is that Tendulkar started when he was 16. He stayed until he was 40. That's 24 years. How's my man? It's been a long time since I was 24 years of playing international cricket. And I think the amount of cricket playing these days, I don't think Virat Kohli will play for as long as Sachin Tendulkar. But if you think of the number of runs that he scored at the start of his career already, in 50 matches and 100 matches, his prolific run scoring is incredible. And I think from that point of view, it's less about the records and more about the man himself and how he plays the game. So it's less about Virat Kohli trying to break Sachin Tendulkar's records. Virat Kohli just must be Virat Kohli. Thank you. I have a daughter, she's 2 years old, and her name is India Rose. And the reason my wife and I both really enjoy coming back to India all the time. And I think the key for me is that every time I arrive, not just in Chennai, but every time I'm in Mumbai, I walk out of the hotel and I step out of the door, and something different takes place every day. So I have no expectation when I come to India. Whatever I experience, I embrace it, I enjoy it. And I think as a past cricket player, as somebody who has a following in India, I did not want my daughter to have my expectations. I wanted her to be free to walk out the door every day and embrace whatever she came across and not what her father or a nation wants her to achieve. So the freedom of being able to be diverse in culture and being able to... Why I call my wife and I call our daughter India.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's not just about what you're learning in the classroom. It's about the cultural side of school, the sport side of school, and what those different activities can teach you, and the lessons that you learn from participating with your colleagues, your classmates, your friends, and sometimes not even your friends. That's what school does to us. It brings us together and puts us in a situation where we're not always with the people that we want to be. And I think what, as I said, I've been a long time out of school, but my father is a headmaster. He's 76 years of age, and he is still teaching. So my father in South Africa is still teaching young boys how to behave themselves. I'm not too sure if he's done a very good job, but because I don't think I behaved very well. I ran into the wickets and I fell over and I knocked the stumps out the ground. But I think what my father taught me as a young boy, I still remember to this day. It's something that I want to get across to you. Whether it's in the sports field, whether it's in the cultural, whether it's at your schoolwork, is that your teachers, your coaches, they will all tell you that practice makes perfect. Have you heard that before? Practice. You must practice hard because practice makes perfect. But I'm here to tell you that my father, at a very early stage of my cricketing career for South Africa, he said, Jonty, that's only half the story. Practice that makes perfect. So when you're in the classroom, whether you're playing instruments, whether you're doing dance or song, or whether you're on the sports field, whatever sport you're following, it's not just practice. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. So what he said to me was, Jonty, always remember, you must practice like you're playing a match. Practice like you're playing a game. And that's why I had more injuries at practice than generally in a game for South Africa. Okay, so it's not about what you do on the day of the big match, it's in the build-up and the preparation. How do you prepare? And I think what I've seen today, it's a great indication of wanting to be an all-rounder. You know, you spoke about test cricket and 20-over cricket. Most teams will have 6 batsmen, a wicket-keeper, and then 4 bowlers. You want to be an all-rounder. As an all-rounder, you're a very valuable asset to your team. And you can't just be good in academics. You can't just be good in sports. I think you have to be a good all-rounder at this stage of your life. So as much as possible, strive to be good all-rounders. And remember, the only way to do that is practice like you're playing in a match. Perfect practice makes perfect. So thank you for having me. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, sir, for your words of appreciation. It is really inspiring. Changing the create a beautiful garden. Now, I kind of...
On the board, sir, without fear. Yeah. And I think that's a key with my cricket that I played, was playing without fear of failure. It was great to see from an education point of view that young kids are encouraged to fail. I think too often we aspire to be the best in the world, but we forget that getting there requires us to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes. So I always enjoy coming to a school to talk to young learners, because to encourage people to actually make mistakes, to grow themselves, and without that fear of failure. And I think if I look back at my international career, it was never about the statistics, because my statistics were very average, but it was about great photographs that people took of me playing in the field. And that was just because I had no fear of failure. If I dived for the ball and I dropped it, at least I was diving for it. If I dived and I missed it, at least I was diving for it. But one day I took a great catch, or did something crazy into the wickets, and a photographer, so the journalists, I'm very grateful for, because they literally launched my career, and in Zimbabwe. But great to see young children being given the opportunity to express themselves without that fear of failure. So that's what I want to try and impart today, is that you can play, you can excel by making mistakes. That is what in the end makes you an incredible person in whatever role that you decide to play in life. See so many Jonties around at the school, but the TNPL, I think it's important, you know, the one thing that India does have such an advantage over the rest of us sort of test playing nations is that they have an incredible footprint throughout India. In exposing young cricket players, talented players to the next level. And I think as many opportunities as possible for youngsters to be on television, to be noticed by bigger sides and by better coaches, that is great to see. So I think the key here is that what India has is now a blueprint to take cricket from many areas of the country. People don't have access to what is the next level. How do I get to play for India? The TNPL is providing that. It's providing another opportunity for young players in India to show what they can do. Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, you are going to be a mentor.
Question.
Sir.
You are going to be a mentor.
One side.
One more.
Go.
You are going to be a mentor for grouping Trichy Warriors.
Yes.
And how do you see, and at this point of time, good number of mentors are there? How far you are going to?
With cricket, whether you're on the field as a player or off the field as a coach or a mentor, is that it's a part of a team, and that's what I'm looking to impart. I'm not the one and only voice that can talk cricket in India, let's face it. With my international experience, just hopefully there's something that I can say. And the crazy thing is that if you talk to a room full of people, everybody will take something different from it. Sometimes it's the exact same message from 3 different coaches, but the way that you yourself say it gets across to that individual player that you're talking to. So the key is it's not my way or his way or anybody else's way. It's just another great opportunity to learn from the people who've been down the road, who've made the mistakes, and are giving you an opportunity to learn from the mistakes that I made and the good things that I did. So it's not about me being in charge or me coming to add value by taking over anything. I just bless you again. I just want to add some value in the only way that I know how. These days, that's imparting my experience to anybody who wants to listen. So if people don't want to listen to me, I'm not bothered. It's cricket. You go out there and you play your way. I can't go and play for you. I can give you some advice, I can give you some information, you take it on and you adapt it to the way that you play the game.
So you have tips for Velammal achievers in the international level. What would be your motivational tips for them to achieve in the international level?
Well, I think the key, whether you're at school or on the sports field, in the classroom, whatever you pursue, there is no shortcut to success. It requires hard work. But if you're enjoying what you're doing, and you might have noticed in my playing days on the field, not when I was batting, I was way too nervous because I wasn't talented enough. But when I was fielding, I had a massive big smile on my face. I was loving what I was doing every single second of the day. So to the young students who are spending hours in the classroom at their various activities, if you're enjoying what you're doing, it never seems like hard work.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.